Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Two Wacky Pundits. This is Dr. D and Dr. A.
Hi there.
So today, what are we going to talk about? Anything interesting?
Today we're going to talk about our first novel.
A novel, okay.
This one is the timeless classic of the 80s. The Bonfire of the Vanities.
Okay.
By Tom Wolfe.
Okay. I haven't read the book, but I know about the movie. Tom Hanks, I believe, and Meg Ryan.
The movie isn't that good as compared to the book.
Okay, all right.
The book excels, just like American Psycho. They leave out a lot of parts.
Really?
A lot of.
And that's another movie I still need to watch properly.
Yes.
Okay.
American Psycho was eviscerated by the movie.
I can imagine. All right.
To make it, to give it an acceptable rating for the censors.
For the masses.
Otherwise, it would have been an R-rated movie.
Absolutely, and then
because
you
of all
lose
the
money.
violence.
Yeah. So what's this one about?
This one is about the worlds of high finance, journalism, and of course the law.
Okay.
And where they
pretty
clash.
current.
They clash together.
I know.
And at the center of all of these, or of all of these worlds, is the character of Sherman McCoy, a high financier who, when cheating on his wife one day, takes a wrong turn on the highway. It's that simple. Takes a wrong turn on the highway and ends up killing a young black boy.
Oh wow.
And this opens a shit can of worms that you can only imagine.
Okay.
It tries to hide the crime from everybody at first.
Really?
Yes.
As well.
He tries to hide the crime, except from his squeeze,
The lover.
from his lover, who was more at ease with the situation than he is. He tries to counsel him, but he is always worrying that something might happen. Something does in fact happen, because a journalist latches on to the story, promoted by the Black Caucus.
Okay. You might want to explain the Black Caucus to some of our viewers.
This is an organization of black people who has a racial and political agenda. They want to advance the cause of the black people and lift them up in life, beyond their status, beyond their natural abilities.
Okay.
And then there's the world of finance. He is embroiled in it, of course. He is the top bond salesman in the firm Pierce and Pierce. But obviously his life comes crumbling down upon him as soon as the papers find out that it was his car that hit the black kid.
Yeah. So the black kid, absolutely, like no return.
The black kid was in a coma for most of the book. At the end, he dies. Shit, I should have put a spoiler alert at the beginning of this movie.
Yeah, alright, well.
I should have put a spoiler alert. It's actually quite a big book, quite a fat book, as you can see. I just finished reading it today. I had read it before, but it was a long time ago. I forgot all the story. It has a lot of interesting parts. It's very well written by a veteran author, Tom Wolfe.
Yeah.
Who wrote The Right Stuff as well. They made it into another movie.
Oh, this? Okay.
The Right Stuff.
I remember that movie. Brilliant.
I thoroughly recommend it. I thoroughly recommend this book, if you have some time to waste.
One thing. But the movie, the way it's depicted, is like a black comedy, if I remember correctly.
Yes, in his mind, it actually is.
So it wasn't really, really that serious as.
No, this is serious.
How it spanned out
this
in
is
the
serious
book
stuff.
So yeah, the movie doesn't do it justice.
Especially what's enticing about this book is the way the justice system is portrayed, the meat grinder of the criminal system. That's what they call it.
In which way?
Once they get their fangs into you, once they get their talons into you, you're meat for them. You're just meat. You see, because
it's another arrest, another
because they're usually used to having black and Latino defendants, and as the district attorney calls it, they're all a piece of shit cases. These are all a piece of shit cases, and they're always dreaming of the great white defendant who will give them a lot of stature, who will give them a lot of publicity, who will raise them above the rest,
Okay.
and make them famous, and
Okay.
and then he duly obliges.
Yeah.
He duly obliges, and obviously his life is ruined. He's paraded in front of the cameras. He's taken to jail.
Mm-hmm.
He's sopping wet because the rain is falling down on his clothes. He is thrown into a pen with other inmates. He's degraded, humiliated, utterly.
But I'm gonna be the devil's advocate again here. But doesn't this sound like the actual guy is being victimized, whereas this guy who was drunk or whatever was happening in the car?
He wasn't drunk.
So
Actually,
how did the accident happen? He just was distracted?
the accident actually was not an accident at all. Apparently,
But they found the guy and ran him over?
they were trying to erect a roadblock.
Yeah.
These two black guys,
Mm-hmm.
just for the purpose of stopping cars and robbing them.
Okay.
And Sherman McCoy got out of the car to try to remove this roadblock, and these two black guys approached them,
Mm-hmm.
ostensibly to help, but really to rob them.
Okay.
And he panicked, threw the tire at one of the other guys.
Yeah.
His girlfriend got into the driver's seat,
Okay.
gunned the engine,
Yeah.
and left.
Okay. And all of a sudden this kid came in front.
Yes, and the skid was sideswiped.
Okay.
It's an amazing story, really, and he goes such in detail in what he's thinking, what's going through his head.
But the fact that he was a financier and all that stuff, that maybe some past shady deals.
No
Painting
shady deals.
of the guy.
Actually, he was quite
Or
well
just-
respected, very well respected.
Okay.
And what's interesting is to
So
see
he lived his life by the book, although he
Is-
was in a
yes.
career which.
is to see his degradation, his humiliation.
Okay.
Step by step, he's degraded,
Brought down.
brought down by the system
Okay.
that hates him so much because he's rich, he's white. Right now, this,
Yeah, but
this,
usually
this
the
book,
system favors whites.
not right now.
Depends where. Depends where.
Right now, if you're white and you're Christian,
Okay.
and
I
you're
opened up a
straight,
can of worms here. I think I better watch out now.
No. If you're white and Christian and straight, you're in a very bad position. You're
Depending on
disadvantaged.
the country.
Depending on the country.
Depending on the country. Okay, let's put that disclaimer up. Okay, all right.
I think
So-
that's all.
Yeah, it sounds like an interesting read.
Yes,
Once
very
again, it's
interesting.
like the topic is not like
Not an easy read. You have to pay attention all the time because you're gonna miss a lot of juicy information. But it's a good read. It's definitely a good read. Very interesting.
Okay, cool. So, any hints about your next book review? What you got in mind, or there's nothing queued in the moment?
Right now, there's a few books queued in the moment. There's a very controversial one.
So we're going to give a little bit of a taster to our viewers.
There's a very
the next
controversial
episode.
one I want to talk about, but I don't know whether it will meet with everybody's approval. So to hell with their approval. I'm gonna do it anyway. It's
We have the disclaimer in the beginning, so
it's a book about the American woman. It's
okay.
By today's standards, it would be a very misogynistic book.
Okay. So
But
this was
I-
written when, in the 50s?
No, actually, it was written in the 40s, I think, or
Ooh.
50s. Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
You're correct.
Yeah. All right, that's going to be
It's gonna be a doozy.
sizzler. Okay, guys. So I think we'll wrap it up for now. Thanks for watching,
See you next week.
and see you in the next episode.
May your God be with you.
Indeed. Bye.